Hello friends, welcome to the second episode.
Hello, this is another video commentary for videos from my other channel, Lars on Ladakh. If you want to see the original video, you can find a link to that in the video description below.
Glutamate, which is a taste enhancer, which is usually not really good for health. So choosing for an organic, or we can say a healthier option today, we are heading for some new dishes, 2 dishes today, and we'll keep it a secret.
This is the second video we did of this series. If you saw the previous episode, you might remember that Detchen, the girl who was in that video next to Namgyal, was going to be in this video as well. And we also have another guest here that Namgyal is going to introduce right now.
One is Gyaltsen here, and that's Detchen here, and we will each introduce one food or one cuisine accordingly. So my first...
Unlike the last videos where we shot in a restaurant where I myself go quite a bit, this was a pretty new restaurant to me. I only been here once before and I didn't actually eat anything when I came there. So one thing I didn't realize was how bad the lighting was going to be. There is no natural light. There are actually windows, but they lead into a corridor. So there's no natural light in this space. So one mistake I made when setting up this space was that I set up so that the hosts were all sitting in a line next to each other, and I'm sitting just next to Namgyal.
Cottage cheese, we have...
The problem with that is that the cameras, you can see right there was just a shutter in the focus. The camera keeps trying to focus, and this is a problem that comes up a lot in low light situations. And that's a good reason, or that's one of the reasons I use a GoPro as well as my DSLR. I'm using the same equipment as in the last video, a DSLR from Panasonic and a GoPro. I use the DSLR as my main camera, that's the camera that they are supposed to be looking in, like Namgyal is doing right now. And the GoPro is basically my safety camera, so whenever the camera is moving too much or the autofocus is hunting, like it's called, is trying to find the right place to focus, then I can always go to the GoPro, which makes it easier to cut dialogue itself without people noticing it too much.
My skew, I will pass on the next introduction to Gyaltsen regarding the tea we are having, right here?
Yeah. Namgyal, so we have over here, we call it usually a butter tea, and it is usually made up from like milk, and we have a local tea for it, and which is different from the other part of other types of tea which we have in India, and we mix it with the milk and a salt.
So right there, for example, was a cut to the GoPro just in order to cover a cut. The dialogue is actually much longer. I think it took a total of 15 minutes or so to film the video itself, and it's been cut down to about 7 minutes. So in order to cover those cuts, use the angle of the GoPro. For those of you who saw the previous video, you might remember Detchen. In this video we planned it out a little bit better. Detchen was pretty much quiet the entire video last time. Here obviously she's much more engaging, and that's because we planned it out a little bit better. They all have one thing to talk about.
So far that I have had in my life. And most interestingly, we have the French fries mixed in this veg noodle, and we have mushroom shiitake, broccoli, peas, carrot, corn, paneer, and onion and mushroom, and lot more other things also. And this is served with the Indian side dish we call chutney. And yes, this is something we love to eat.
So now, I'm sure you all aware.
Rather than trying to follow the action continuously with my handheld, the GoPro lets me keep a frame that I know I'm going to come back to while she's tasting. So I know she's going to look back at the camera right there. So I can hold that frame waiting for her to come back to me. I go to the GoPro whenever she's looking away from me. And also I keep the GoPro shot if I'm moving the camera around and I'm trying to find a new frame.
I think they've added a bit of vegetable soup in it to enhance the taste, since they don't use, as I told you before, they don't use taste enhancers here. Otherwise, the dough is cooked pretty well and it's not stuck, which means it gives a very good taste to eat when it's not stuck. Apart from that, the other vegetables are adding to the taste, and especially onion and the shiitake mushroom, which are my favorite. They're having a special effect on the dish. So I would say,
I know I'm going to cut to the GoPro right there. But right now I'm trying to find a new shot because I'm changing from Namgyal to Gyaltsen.
Wow, amazing.
it melts in the mouth.
This is the first time I'm having a stew like this. Usually, like stew is made in lay homes, but this is the first place where I find stew so nice. And even mushroom is over here. Mushroom is in this stew.
And in the absence of mutton, you know, usually because wherever we go, we expect mutton in it. And since today we're all veg day, and it's not bad. Veg is also
indeed.
great.
It's
really
very
great.
nice. Like,
Yes. Dechan, would you like to try, or you would like to try your
I would
noodles?
rather start with the noodles. And this is the best part, I think, the shiitake mushroom. All three of us are like dying for it. As usual, lovely.
Lovely.
Yummy.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
This is an example of a time where I could stay on the main camera and just move from one person to another. But again, the camera, the GoPro is there as a backup.
Yeah. So I definitely wish you guys to come here and try this, because this is something Ladakhi traditional as well as something that has become modernized. So why not jump into some Ladakhi cuisine and without any taste enhancers, which is usually at the other restaurants. So yes, thank you so much. We loved it.
oh, bye.
So I hope you.
Okay, that's it. I hope you learned something from these videos. That's why I make them. I try to be open about the things I do wrong. In other words, I make the mistakes so you don't have to. If you want to see more behind the scenes videos or about filmmaking, subscribe to this channel. Bye for now.
Until then, enjoy eating. Take care. Bye bye.